Hello, Co-PCOs. I'm back with another video. Today, we will be discussing about the process and requirements on how to apply for a discharge permit. As part of compliance to RA 9275 or Philippine Clean Water Act, all establishments discharging wastewater directly to any water body shall secure discharge permit. Discharge permit has a validity of 1 year, hence you need to renew it annually. Before proceeding with the process, let's start by discussing the requirements, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel as a support and for more free learnings. Actually, preparing the requirements is more rigorous than the process itself. As long as you have complete and correct requirements prepared ahead of time, there will be no problems to your application process. I will be enumerating all the requirements needed and give a little discussion on each of it if necessary. You will also see a note on the screen whether the requirement is for new application, renewal application, or both. Let's now begin. First is the duly accomplished and notarized discharge permit application form, which can be seen and downloaded from the Online Permitting and Monitoring System or OPMS. Of course, you need to have OPMS registered account beforehand. In the form, most of the information are self-explanatory and general. The only part that you need to analyze a little bit is the portion regarding sources of water and wastewater generation under generating process code. Just fill up the portion which is only applicable to your industry. For example, your industry is a clinic and you don't have wastewater treatment facility, therefore you cannot dispose chemicals directly on the sink. Hence, the portion that you only need to answer is domestic. However, for example, your establishment regularly washes process equipment such as mixer inside the premises, then you need to indicate how many cubic meter of water from washing process is being used per day. Again, remember that you only need to fill up the portions that are only applicable to your establishment. Second is the engineer's report prepared and signed by a registered chemical or sanitary engineer and PCO, duly endorsed or signed by the managing head. I have personally created the form flashed on the screen, which answers all the required information needed by EMB. If you want a copy of this template I've made, message me on my official Facebook page. The link is on the description below. Note that engineer's report is needed only for new application. If you were able to answer the information on the application form, more or less, you can just fill out this templated form. The next one is vicinity map. You can also submit the map from Google. Next is plant layout and specifications. For this requirement, usually you can find it in your facilities or engineering department, or ask the owner because this is usually endorsed by the engineers during building turnover. Next is simply the copy of ECC or CNC. Another one is the copy of accreditation of the Pollution Control Officer. Next is summary of proof of compliance. This is applicable for renewal only. You need to prove that you have complied with the conditions of the previously issued discharge permit. You can include the following in the summary of compliance provided with the evidences or documentation, such as result of wastewater sampling, proof of wastewater treatment facility maintenance, proof of septic tank siphoning, chemical spill drill documentation, and proof of provision of secondary containment at chemical storage. The next one is certificate from the LGU or Engineering Sanitation Office proving that your septic tank was inspected and that it is in accordance with the requirements of the Code of Sanitation of the Philippines or PD 856 and its IRR. But take note that you will submit this if and only applicable. Based on my experience, most of the time this requirement is not needed, but you still need to check its applicability. Another one is copy of the new instrument or proof of ownership such as original certificate title, TCT, CLOA, deed of sale, and so on and so forth. Next is copy of water bill or NWRB permit if your sources of water is from deep well. And last but not the least is the copy of latest submitted SMR or self-monitoring report. To summarize, here are the requirements for Discharge Permit new application. Notarized application form, engineer's report, vicinity map, plant layout, copy of ECC or CNC, PCO accreditation certificate, certificate from LGU Engineering or Sanitation Office, copy of the NUR instrument, water bills or NWRB certificate, and latest SMR with attached latest wastewater analysis result. And here is a summary of requirements for Discharge Permit renewal application. Number 1 is notarized application form, PCO accreditation certificate, copy of recently expired discharge permit, proof of compliance to the discharge permit, water bills or NWRB certificate, and latest SMR with attached latest wastewater analysis result. Once you have completed all the requirements, you can now proceed with the application process. Just log in to your OPMS account. Here is the step-by-step process. Once you logged in to the OPMS account, fill out the discharge permit form. Print it out, then have it notarized. Next is upload it to the OPMS together with the requirements mentioned earlier. Address the concerns of agency or by the EMB if there will be any. If requirements are complete, the agency will issue the order of payment. Pay the necessary fees through regional office cashier or land bank or internet-based land bank facility or link base. Upload the OR or the on-call payment receipt. Wait for at least 7 working days until your application will be approved. Once approved, print the discharge permit from the OPMS. And as a way to thank you for reaching this far of this video, I will be sharing some side notes and tips. Of course, you need to create the OPMS account first, enabled for you to start the online applications. Be sure that all your requirements to be uploaded are accurate and correct for faster approval, especially if you urgently need the permit. Always retain the copy of your submitted documents, as this may serve as reference for your future DP application, such as renewal. And that's it. That's how you will apply for the discharge permit, whether new or renewal. I have made it as simpler as it can, just for you to have enough idea to start your application process. I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and see you on the next video. Bye bye!